spicier with her latest single, Blame It On Me.
Why don't you just blame it on me?
More on Melanie's upcoming solo album in a bit, but first, we had to take a little trip down Spice Girls memory lane.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Favorite Spice Girls song?
We did the Olympics in London in 2012. We did Spice Up Your Life and Wannabe, and we were on top of these taxi cabs, like going around the stadium, singing Spice Up Your Life, and from that moment, that became my favourite song.
Is there one song that you'd be fine if you didn't have to perform it again?
I think with the singles, there's none of them I couldn't, because they are all so precious. But we did, on the shows last year, we did a song called Do It.
Yeah.
And it's a really fun song, but we just kept getting the words wrong. You know, when you just get that mental block, it's like... Once that song was done, I was like, I'm so glad that's out of the way.
What's your favorite lyric?
Wow, favourite lyric. Oh, we have some goodies, don't we? I think the ballads have some really beautiful, heartfelt lyrics. You know, To Become One was, a beautiful lyric. And again, you know, it was subtle, but it had a message. Be a little bit wiser, baby. Put it on, put it on.
Be a little bit wiser, baby. Put it on, put it on.
My personal is, I want a man, not a boy who thinks he can.
That's a good one.
I want a man, not a boy who thinks he can.
Favorite music video?
That would have to be Too Much. It was like the lead song for the movie, and we all shot separately, and I think it was like a 24-hour shoot with this. I mean, the crew just worked so hard on that, but we were all in different movies. Like Emma was all a bit poltergeist. There was all stuff spinning around the room, and I was in like some kung fu movie, and I was in my my lovely little outfit and doing all my kicks again. There she goes again with the martial arts.
What about sporty? But I am actually interested in other things. Spice.
How many tracksuits do you think you actually own?
Oh my gosh. Well, back in the day, I probably had about 100, and I think I'm not far off on that. No, I think I've maybe about 30.
Okay, so the collection has gotten smaller.
Well, I made the mistake of I think a lot of it's in storage, but I made the mistake of getting rid of all my stuff, thinking, yeah, that's done now. This is the new grown up for me. And then 90s fashion just came back.
You were the trend forecaster. You knew that comfy clothes were always the way to go.
But how crazy is that? It's now my daughter dresses like Sporty Spice, and I'm like, and all her friends, and I'm like, that's the look I created. And she's like, whatever, Mum.
I mean, does she know how iconic you are?
I think she thought I was cool when I was on stage at Wembley Stadium with 80,000 people screaming at me. But when I tell her to tidy her room, I'm not that.
Just mom. Okay, so maybe Melanie's 11-year-old daughter Scarlett plays it cool, but the rest of the world has got their fingers and toes crossed for more Spice Girls tours and maybe even new music. You guys crushed all the ticket sales and all the records in the UK. I have to ask, is there a chance the Spice Girls are going to tour in the United States sometime soon?
I hope so. I really do. We talk all the time, and we would love to do more shows. We really would.
I know that the world has kind of been put on hold at the moment, but are there conversations about upcoming spicy projects?
There's always ongoing conversations with us girls. We're so proud of the legacy that we have. There's an incredible generation of young women and young guys that have grown up, loving the Spice Girls and being very inspired by them. So we want to just continue that. We want to inspire future generations. There's been talks about animation. There's been other little things along the way. But in all honesty, what I want to do is the shows. I want to do the shows. That's the big one for me.
Would it be a brand new tour, or do you think it would be sort of like the celebration tour that you did in the UK last summer?
The creative that we had last year with the show was perfect. It was nostalgic, but it was modern. It was a real celebration of everything 90s. And I think we definitely freshen up the show, but I think the essence of the show would have to remain the same, because it's just perfect for us girls.
Well, I have to tell you, no one loves the Spice Girls catalog more than me. But is there a chance we would get new music from you and the girls? Do you guys ever write together or talk about releasing new music?
It's something that we have discussed, and we feel like, we're nervous. We have such an incredible back catalogue, and people love our music. You don't want to produce anything that's not of the standard of your other work. So, we talk about it tentatively, and we're like, you know what? We're not going to force the issue on that one. We'd rather it happen organically.
Do you think there's a chance that you do tour again as a group, that Victoria would join you? Is that something that you guys have talked about?
Yeah, always. I mean, we were kind of hoping she'd end up coming on the last one. Of course, we respect Victoria's decision and, and her feelings towards it. And although she wasn't with us on stage, she was very much involved in the show. We wanted her to be happy and comfortable with all of the direction, with the creative and everything, because it's her baby as much as the rest of us,
Yeah.
So she was very much with us in spirit, even though she wasn't there physically. Of course we do. We talk about it all the time. We're always going, oh, one day, maybe she will one day.
Do you call her out in a group chat and be like, babe, can you come with us? What's going on?
She's so funny because there is things she's like, well, I quite fancy that.
What's holding her back? If we had a Spice Girls tour, I think that would certainly bring a lot of levity and a lot of joy to these darker times. What is it going to take?
Well, maybe that is the thing, because personally for me, the way I've been feeling, it's like we know how much joy the Spice Girls can bring to so many people. That I will be, doing everything I can within my power to try and get all of us back on stage together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go!
For now, Melanie is gearing up to release her upcoming 8th studio album.
I named the album, but we're not quite ready to reveal that. So I'll keep hanging on that one.
Can you give us a
For a super fan, this will be interesting. All of my albums have been a song title as the album title. So I've always had a song that I think really represents the album and is the title track. This time, it's not a single, it's not a song title, it's something else.
The British powerhouse singer tells ET she drew inspiration for her new tunes from her decades in the iconic group.
I toured with the Spice Girls last year. We did some shows in the UK, big stadium shows, and it had been a while since we'd been on stage together, so I was nervous. I was nervous at the thought of becoming Sporty Spice again and whether I could actually do it. And quite quickly I realised I don't become her, I am her, it's me. And that made me just start thinking about how I wanted to express myself moving forward, and I took all of those wonderful experiences on stage and they've all gone into this album. So the first single, Who I Am, was really about self-acceptance and accepting every part of yourself and every aspect of your life and what you've been through, and celebrating not only your successes but the tough things that you've got through. I don't think we do that enough. And then Blame It On Me is a bit more, I think it's got a bit more swagger. It's one of those songs, it's about a relationship, it's about being really let down by somebody. It's like this toxic relationship that someone has completely blindsided you when you find out they're not who you thought they were.
Now I know you're poison. Can you hear the voices? Filled with paranoia. Why don't you just blame it on me?
I love how you are able to take something as fun and lighthearted as a dance track, but actually put some pretty powerful lyrics in there. Was it hard for you writing this song? Is this autobiographical, talking about a difficult relationship you were in?
Yeah, but I find that when I write music, it's always, I find the best songs are the ones that come from very true emotions, real experiences. And even though sometimes it can be a little bit scary, being, opening yourself up and being that vulnerable, that it's also the most rewarding. And I think that people respond to that the best as well, because, we're all human.
Yeah, of course. And we got to talk about this video. I got to be completely honest. I got major Spice Girl vibes going back to the good old days and the videos that you created 20 some odd years ago. Was that intentional?
Completely intentional, yeah. You know, it's got this retro feel like the arcade games in the 80s and 90s, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. And I just thought, that is so fun. But it made me immediately think of Say You'll Be There.
Of course.
If you remember that video, like, we all had our little characters, so it was lovely to incorporate that into the video. Get Katrina high kick back out, high kicking, and we thought it'd be really fun because there's lots of like text and little things pop up as it's like a bit of a video game. Mix in there and some song titles and some
Yeah,
spice.
you put those little Easter eggs all over it. It was so great. With this forthcoming album, I'm curious, what does this next chapter of Melanie C look like?
I feel very excited. You know, musically, it's electronic, it's dancey, but the lyrics are thoughtful. I've really kind of achieved what I set out to do with this album. And the other thing, working with the girls last year, we toured the UK and Ireland, but we had fans from across the globe. And it just reminded me how much of an international fan base the Spice Girls have, you know? And so often, the fans, they save up all their pennies, they come to the UK, they come and see shows, and I want to get to them. I want to get out there. So as soon as we can, move and travel and perform shows, that's what I want to do. That's what this campaign looks like for me.